All right, I'll push us live right now. We are live.
All right, cool.
Hi, YouTube.
Shut up, Stonks.
I'm going to kill Tim and dedicate it to my mom.
Nice.
Rest in peace.
This for you,
What?
Mom.
You're just mad that Mom loves me more?
Hey, Will, does your character have a full name, or is it actually just Krob?
It's just Crop.
Was that his birth name, or does he not know?
Probably doesn't know. Yeah,
Okay.
we'll just say he doesn't know.
You feeling it now, Mr. Krob?
Mr. Krob. Money.
Okay. Who wants to do the recap?
I did have a question. Well, never mind. Someone can do the recap.
You can ask.
No, it has to do with what happened at the end.
Okay.
I'll go off my notes. We are descended into the dungeon of the... Fuck, I want to call it Murder House. What was it?
Death House. That's
Death
what it's
House.
called in the module.
Yeah, the Death House of the... I can't find their last name. The Durst.
Dirtst.
I believe we first encountered the family tombs of all the members of the family. We didn't know that Walter or Gustav or Elizabeth was dead because we were still looking for them, but we found their crypts underneath. We found like a kind of like a living space with a bunch of beds, some foot lockers, and we found some loot. I think Ziggy got a new sword and
Hell yeah.
some money, and I can't remember what else. We were exploring more of the dungeon, and we encountered some ghouls. Actually, first I think we encountered the Grick hiding in a pantry that attacked Noodle. We slayed the Grick, and then in the next room we encountered some ghouls, and they seem to be attacking this half-elf that we've never seen before. And after we killed them, we found out the half-elf name was Krob, who's a druid. He is examining a disturbance in the stars, and that's what brought him to this mansion. Still don't know too much about him, but I'm sure we'll find that out. We found the corpse of Gustav in his bedroom with a suicide note in his pocket, asking for forgiveness for his children. And as we're doing that, Ghast, I think it's called, of Elizabeth, bursted out of the wall.
Kool-Aid Man out of the wall.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. She was like, "Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
and she confronted us, and she was a bitch. Didn't care for her children and made everyone in Noodle angry. So we burned her alive, basically. He told us to meet Gustav's last son in a ritual chamber. And when all this is going on, we asked her about Strahd, and she hated Strahd, this Count Strahd too. So he just seems like a dick all around. We went to the ritual chamber, and there were 6 ghost necromancers. We're a little stumped for a bit. There's an altar in the middle of this like pool, and we eventually, I think Cassidy threw a rat like a baseball at it, and it exploded in blood, and that ended up summoning a flesh beast, a mound of flesh that swirled around in the pool and formed and attacked us. We fought that, and Cassidy got sucked in and ended up finding I'm not sure if it was a corpse, but the dead baby of Walter.
It was crying, but it was also appeared to be rotted and
Like
dead.
it was undead or something, yeah. The baby Walter Durst, and Cassidy skewered it on his sword, and that destroyed the flesh beast and ended the summoning. Then we laid the Durst family to rest. All the kids' corpses from upstairs, and Walter, and even what we thought was Margaret's corpse, the handmaid, put it near Walter's tomb. And when we laid Elizabeth to rest, we opened her tomb, and a bunch of centipedes like crawled out and quote unquote attacked us. But we fought them off, and it was whatever.
And in retaliation, I think you just burned her corpse.
Yep. We did that.
My notes, I said that I felt saddened by this whole situation when all this was done, laying the kids to rest and Gustav and the handmaiden. But I'm relieved it was over when we finally did it and gave them the respect and putting them to rest that they deserve. So we finally left the mansion, and as we walked out, we found a basket on the front porch with fruits and I think like cheeses and meat and stuff.
Bottle of wine.
Yeah, a bottle of wine. And from there's a letter from this Count Strahd, we assume. I think it was marked with an S, but I think it was Strahd, that he was thanking us for taking care of this. Yeah, I think he either said like nuisance or plight or something on his land.
I think the vermin.
The vermin, that's right. And yeah, it's kind of an uneasy feeling seeing that and hearing that. So that's where we left off.
I have one problem, Tim. with what
You have
said.
more than one problem.
Well, that's true. Tim, you said that like when she said something about Strahd, she didn't really like him, so he's probably a dick too. It's like, but we didn't trust her because she was mad to the kids. So like, why would we trust her? So we don't know if dude's a dick, right?
That's true, but we also have like the
And he gave us wine.
Oh my god, you can drink mine then. Fuck that. Have fun being.
Okay. I did want to ask, like, I'm pretty sure I think I had detect magic going. Right, Chris? I'm sorry, you were cutting out. What did you say?
Yeah, you're a robot.
Yeah, bad.
Domo.
Well, that's not ideal.
Oh, there he is.
You're back.
I said I don't know, but we can say you do. Why?
I was just curious if any of the contents of the basket were magical.
No.
Just enjoy the wine.
The one thing I believe you missed in your recap was about the shrine of what you assume is Strahd in the house.
Oh yeah, and
Noodle. Yeah,
crystal orb or whatever.
I have a focus from there.
And you also felt as if you were being watched after he touched the shrine.
Yeah, and I'm also gonna have that book of names. I don't know if that's relevant, but there's like a book in a chest that had a bunch of names and descriptions and dates and stuff.
That was one of the things in one of the footlockers of like torture victims or sacrifices or something.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, you could take that. As like with everything else, the deed, the will, stuff like that. Once you left the house, it aged significantly, but it still appears to be intact.
And there's like a windmill or something that they owned, right? That's near the house.
Yeah, there was the deed specifies it's near a place called Valakai.
Malachi?
Valakai with a V.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, east of Valakai in the mountains.
Maybe we can work that out sometime. I don't really know where we're going now, but who even knows where this fucking Valakai is?
All right, and so that's where we find ourselves. You guys are outside of this manor, which now appears to be. Once you guys left, it also aged. It looks as run down as it actually is in this time and place now. You guys found this basket. So Queso is eyeing up that wine.
Mm-hmm. All night long.
Lancelot is still trotting at Cassidy's heels. He doesn't seem to want to be left alone in these woods.
I'll feed him and take care of him, but not too worried about him.
You're going to use him as a poison tester for this basket of goodies.
Noodle's already dug in.
Yeah, you think of the idea and you turn to with a dog, and Noodle's like face first in this basket, cheese crumbs just dripping from his beard. I mean, yeah, you can snack if you want. You're probably hungry after that adventure. You can break open the wine if you guys want. Everything is very fine quality.
Yep, Ziggy's breaking up that wine.
I'm not going to touch any of it. I don't trust it at all. Even if it isn't poisoned, I don't want fucking shit from Strahd.
Ziggy's going to offer it to the rest of the party.
This wine, it's marked with a label and seal with 3 W's. It's a fine red wine. It is very tasty. It's got hints of fruit. The cheese, the bread, everything is very fine quality, delicious, not moldy or old or anything. It is a welcome feast after this adventure. Everybody make me a constitution. No, I'm joking.
Ah.
Yep, the fruit is fresh and delicious too. Everything is good in this basket.
I'm just going to take the bottle and keep it and sip from it as we walk.
Is this a walking lunch for you guys?
Hi, vote we take a long rest.
Okay.
Noodle's feeling a little expired after the.
Are you guys doing this outside or in the house, or?
What time of day is it?
You can't really tell, but it seems to be darker. It seems like it's nighttime.
I don't really want to go back in the house, so we could like go in the stables or the guest house or something.
Is there a porch?
There's kind of that entryway with the gate.
Yeah, but there's like, is it covered? Like a porch?
Yeah, kind of.
I'm sitting right up under the porch and it's covered.
Sure, you can stake up on in the entryway. There's maybe enough room for one person to sleep there, so.
Dips.
You'd close the gate behind you and have a little pen there with your blanket.
You don't even need to sleep, you stupid elf.
I know.
As he closes his eyes. I know.
It's taking
the rest of you can hole up in the stable or possibly even the servants' quarters would make more sense. But some people just like sleeping with horses, so I get it. You have no problem getting through the night. You get a full rest, long rest, and with the food you have been snacking on, you feel refreshed in the morning, or what you think is the morning. Slightly less dark, misty.
Is it still foggy?
Yes.
Noted.
So you're in this gray morning-ish light. Light's probably the wrong term, but nothing else has seemed to change. The trees are still kind of towering over it through the mists. Dark silence of a forgotten grave kind of feeling to it. There's no breeze, nothing. What is your guys' next course of action?
What are your orders, Captain Balinor?
I have no idea where we are, and this is the only house that we've ever seen so far.
Did anyone find a map by chance? No?
I don't. No, we did not.
All
I
right.
think I asked Chris every time we found anything with writing if there was map in it.
Do we hear anything in the distance, or is it calm? Like, silent, quiet?
No, everything is silent. Like I said, the silence of a forgotten grave.
Oh, yeah, you did say that. All right, cool.
Noodle, like, is like, I vote we just keep going the direction we started. Like, we came from. We hit the path, and then which direction did we go? Like,
You guys were heading west.
yeah, I vote we just keep heading west.
I'm going to turn to Krob and say, do you know anything about these lands?
I know a little bit, but I
Krob
spend most of
would
my
know.
time in the deep forest.
Yeah, Krob would know. He probably spends his time in the woods here then. He would know going further east does not lead anywhere. It's the edges of this realm. There is a massive stretch of woods called the... you guys are in the Svalich Woods. He would probably know the name of that at least. And that it stretches very far north from here. It is a big patch of thick, dense woods. And he would be able to tell you that probably heading down this path towards the west further will eventually lead to more people.
So the werewolves are the other way. So, yeah, let's go west.
If Krob decides to tell you all that.
Yeah, I'll basically say that to the east is essentially nothing. North is more woods, and west is probably people or something.
So there is a civilization here. Is there a town or something, perhaps?
I think there's a town. I don't really go there very often or at all, but that might help you.
There's only one way to find out.
Are there ladies in this town?
I have no idea.
Let's head there.
You had me at no.
You had me at almost.
Yeah, you guys can keep following this path west. You travel for a couple hours. Nothing really changes. The muddy path is still easy to travel, wide enough for a way in. As you guys continue down this path, eventually you notice something in the distance. It appears to be a massive structure of some sort, but it's hard to make out in the mist. You pretty much see the faint outline of something big. And it appears to be the direct direction the path is heading.
Say a structure like a building?
That's your assumption. You can't make it out unless you choose to go closer.
The last building we found was cool. Let's go to this one.
All right.
Noodle asks Balinor, was that sarcasm?
No, it wasn't.
Following your lead, friend.
You guys can continue forward in the mist here.
Might be wise to maybe debate getting off the path if the structure's on the path.
A little bit of recon.
Yeah, is it like on the road or is it off the road or?
It appears to be directly ahead of you.
Are there trees around us, like to the sides? of the
Yes,
road?
you are
So we
surrounded
can
by the woods.
kind of step around to the behind the trees and just
Yeah,
out of sight.
you could try. The woods are very thick here.
Uh,
Not easy to traverse.
I'm a wood elf.
If Ziggy or Krob
True.
take a little recon up ahead, that'd be good.
Yeah, I can do that. I'll just kind of act hidden and do my thing a little bit ahead of the group.
Okay. I won't even make you make a stealth check.
I'll do it.
Fine, do it. I don't care.
What you gonna
So, as you are wood elf, so I think it's like you're a little bit off the path in the woods, going through, kind of peeking towards the path up ahead. And as you approach the structure, you're greeted with a pretty sight, actually. The mist doesn't fade, but as you get closer, it kind of you can see through it to what is a huge, massive gate jutting from the road. Are these high stone buttresses looming right in the fog? Huge iron gates hang on the stonework. Dew clings with cold tenacity to the rusted bars. This gate is probably 60, 70 feet tall. Quite wide across the path and connecting to the hills to the side. This kind of stone walls. And flanking the gate itself are two statues that are headless.
What do
They
those
are-
statues look like other than headless?
What's that?
Like, are they statues of people?
Yeah. I was about to describe that.
Okay.
These statues are two plated, what appear to be humans, holding two-headed long swords, pointing down to the ground at their feet. And Roll20 might actually have a picture of this if I look for it.
So you're kind of breaking up a little bit, but I heard most of what you said. These two statues are flanked by a gate in the middle of the road. Is that what you said?
Yeah, the two statues are flanking a massive iron gate. Sorry, I don't know what's up with my connection.
You're good now. It's just that explanation. And this gate's across the road, right?
Correct.
Oh, yeah, okay. Is that my horse?
No. That's my horse. So this is the part where you guys do things.
So I assume they came back and like relayed that information.
Sorry.
We're
Yeah,
all standing in the gate, right?
I motioned them up to the gate, so we're all standing in front.
I assume he didn't see any people or anything around there, so we can go up to the gate, start approaching it.
Yeah, you can walk up. You're still a ways away. The iron gates are closed. And as you approach, you see that the heads of these statues are actually laying off the road a little bit, off to the sides. They appear to have been broken off somehow. They're massive. We're talking like 8-foot boulders. They're just lying in the on the ground.
Is the gate? Did you say the gate was metal or wooden?
Iron, yes.
Oh, okay.
Is the gate
Can we
like
see through it?
rusty? Does it look?
Yeah, there's rust on the
Fair.
bars. It looks ancient.
Can we see past the gate, like through it?
You can see through it, and the road continues ahead.
We don't see
How
anything.
far, you can't tell. It's still misty, obviously.
Noodle's like, maybe we should head through the gate.
I roll my eyes.
Ziggy's just smile at Noodle because he knows that it was funny. but it doesn't want to give it off too much.
I think we've got to get through this gate first. Anybody got any ideas?
I go up and try and open it.
I have a crowbar.
As you approach the iron gate, it just slowly swings open towards the inside, the direction you're walking, without a sound, not even a squeak from rust or age.
So he's going to see that, have the crowbar in his hand, and look down and say, I guess I don't need this. Put it back in his back.
No persuasion check that you did it yourself.
All right.
I got it open, guys.
Lockpick successful.
I do not believe you.
Just going to shake my head and throw my arms up in the air and be like, what? Or shrug my shoulders and just kind of say, you can believe me if you don't want to, but, it happened. And then I'm just going to walk through.
Yeah, you can walk through.
So we walk through. I'm gonna look to the sides. Is there a gatehouse or any rooms or anything in this wall?
No.
Okay.
You guys can continue through.
I'm gonna close the gate behind us.
You attempt to close the gate. They will not budge.
Interesting.
So when we approached it, did it just open on its own, and I didn't open it?
Correct.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a little unsettling, but whatever.
Noodle's gonna inspect the hinges and the wall around the door, see if there's any signs of magical residue or mechanism maybe.
Make me an investigation check, maybe Arcana 2. And double one, huh? You realize you skipped the class about gates at the academy.
He's examining the head instead.
To you, and
Noodles
and everything.
Noodle's like, wow, this is how a door works.
He's come to a great revelation that has stumped him for his entire life up to this point.
Assume that we don't see anything significant. We just kind of keep walking forward, correct?
I don't know. That's for you guys to tell me.
Okay, well, I'm just going to keep walking forward.
Yeah. Does everyone follow him?
I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, your party can continue on, stumped by this gate. And as you guys are about maybe 30, 40 yards down the road from the gate, you hear the slamming of iron against stone as the doors slam shut behind you. The clanging rings out and echoes across these woods.
Turn and say, good job closing the gate, Crob.
Thank you. I'll say awkwardly.
So he's going to throw a slight clap for him. It's a very small clap, not a full clap.
You guys can then, excuse me. Sorry. You guys may continue down the path if you would like. And actually, it is about an hour later. How about y'all make me a perception check? Ooh, Balinor with the crit.
Hey.
Both Balinor and Crab actually smell the scent of death a little bit off the path into the woods.
Makes sense that I would recognize it.
smell of something decaying.
Stay off the path. Which way?
A little bit off to your right.
I'm gonna stop the party and tell them I smell. Does it smell like flesh or like an animal?
I mean, animals are made of flesh.
Like human or animal.
It smells like something rotting. I don't think you could detect a difference in scent between the two.
I mean, it's just like a stinky animal.
Well,
If flesh is burning, it's gonna be the same smell.
I didn't say anything about burning.
You said smell.
Smell of rotting, yes.
Oh, rotting. My bad. Sorry, I was zoning out.
All right, I'm gonna tell the party about this. Krob obviously knows about it. And we can go investigate it or just move along. I don't know how important a corpse of an animal or a human would be. Creepy.
Pretty significant.
It's
Dead
really
things.
not that significant in the forest.
Oh.
But I mean, what else are we doing, I suppose?
Valid. Do you want me to check it out and maybe see if there's anything up? Or
Hey,
do we all want to go together?
Could be undead too.
What's
and
the plan?
I'd like to kill them if they're undead. So yeah, I'd
Very
go
well.
investigate.
We can check it out.
Yeah, you guys could walk up a little ways. It's not too far into the woods. You actually see a human corpse, half buried in the underbrush. It's about like 15 feet off the road. It's a young man who appears to be a commoner. His muddy clothes are torn and raked with claw marks. It's clear that crows have been at the body, and the body's also surrounded by paw prints in the mud.
So it's not fresh. It's probably a decent, been a decent while.
Yeah,
rotting.
it's been, from what you guys can judge, like several days.
Okay.
And you notice that this young man holds a crumpled envelope in one of his hands.
Are the paw prints fresh?
Make me a survival check. Yeah, it appears as if they're like fresh as it did the last like few days.
So they've probably been gnawing at the body. Animals.
Could have been what killed this poor guy too.
True.
The paw prints are massive too.
How massive?
Maybe twice the size of a normal wolf, from what you can tell.
It's like the size of my hand.
Probably even a little bit bigger.
Oh, okay, that's massive.
Noodle's gonna recollect the direwolf tongue that we saw in the death house, and warn everybody that maybe it was a direwolf.
Or a werewolf, as I glance at Ziggy.
Yeah, we could definitely a werewolf, guys. I think so. Yep.
Did you guys hear the part about him clutching an envelope?
Yes, I was about to say that. But we were talking about werewolves. Okay, chill.
It's all good. Just making sure I wouldn't cut out or something.
I'm gonna reach down, grab the envelope, open it up.
So as you pull out this envelope, it is sealed with red wax, and the wax is in a stylized B letter.
A B?
Yeah, and that is the seal.
Okay.
The letter B?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, well, I'm going to carefully pop it open with my dagger to save the wax so it doesn't break.
Make me a sleight of hand check.
Oh, yeah. Here we go, boys. This is it.
Yeah, you can do that. You've probably
Yes.
done that before in your adventures. You're able to get underneath the wax. Maybe there's a little bit left over. If someone makes a careful inspection, they might be able to tell.
That way we can save the symbol for later.
And you reach in and pull out what appears to be a letter.
All right, I'm going to read the letter aloud.
Yep, let me find it. Go ahead and read it out loud, Ziggy Queso.
Oh boy, what the heck? Oh, there's words underneath it. All right. What my thing's being wonky. Move it off of that. All right. Hail to thee of might and valor. I, a lowly servant of Barovia, send honor to thee. We plead for thy to desperately needed assistance. Okay. The love of my life, Irina Koliana, has been afflicted by an evil so deadly that even the good people of our village cannot protect her. She languishes. Languishes, is that the right word? Yeah, we're gonna go with that. From her wound, and I would have saved from this menace. Jesus, I can't read. There is much wealth in this community. I offer all that might be had to thee and thy fellows, if thou shalt not but answer my desperate plea. Come quickly, for her time is at hand. All that I have shall be thine. Signed, Kolian Indirovich, Burgomaster. Apparently he likes burgers.
So Irina's that's not her name actually. It's Irina Indirovich as well. That is a change from.
Apparently, when he wrote it, they weren't married. Okay. Sounds like somebody's in danger.
Noodle's kind of surprised. He looks at Ziggy and he's like, "Wow, good job! I didn't know you could read."
Me either. Listen, how else do you think I catch the villains? I have a bounty.
Noodle was Noodle checks the name book for either of these names mentioned.
You do not find anything.
And is the letter dated?
No, it is not.
And then how old is the paper or parchment?
It looks to be fairly fresh.
Is there anything on this corpse that identifies him as Kolian? Like a signet or fucking name tag or something?
I mean, you can search, but it just appears to be pretty common make of clothing. There's nothing in the pockets, really.
Not sure if this is him himself or just a messenger boy that he sent.
Yeah.
Well, as I read this note, I see a plead for help and afflicted by an evil. So I'm gonna suggest that we go and help.
This thing is built.
My duty.
After reading the letter aloud and feeling the urgency in this letter, I'm going to agree with Balinor.
I'll ask. That just says good people of the village, so I don't know if Krob knows any villages around here or not.
I know. I assume if we continue on the path or something, we'll eventually run into village.
As you guys are sitting here talking, like 15 feet off the road in the woods, you begin to hear hollering. Or not hollering, sorry, howling.
Howling?
In the to the north of you, deeper in the woods.
I also feel compelled to take care of these wolves or werewolves or whatever it is too, because they can just prey on the weak as they are on the road as well. But I don't think I'd
Howl back at him.
do it alone, so it's up to the party if they want to assist me.
I'll kill shit.
Or why not?
There's no fun like killing things.
As you guys decide that the howling is getting closer and closer and closer.
I say get ready for a fight then.
Ziggy is kind of backing up to the closest tree, just in case it's a werewolf and he has to run.
Noodle cast mage armor.
Can I get some of that?
As
Wait, don't you have the chainmail?
I took the chainmail.
Oh, okay. Oh, and this is off topic too. What about the cloak? I assume whoever had it would have been attuned?
Oh, that's right. I did put the cloak on.
Yeah, Cassidy has the
He
cloak.
was not attuned, right?
After the long rest, he might be.
Oh, yeah.
Gotcha.
Did I tell you what that cloak was?
No.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look that up quick. I believe it was a cloak of protection, but let me double check.
Cloak of mage armor.
Cloak of sexterity.
Noodle also casts mage armor on Cassidy.
Muchas gracias.
It was a cloak of protection.
+1 AC.
I believe so, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah, sounds right.
+1 to armor class and saving throws.
Ooh.
No, wait. No.
Aw.
Yeah, okay. Dude, I don't know what's going on with Google and D&D this week. Well, it's like all these shitty websites at the top.
D&D Beyond says +1 to AC and saving throws.
Give me 1 minute to find a map. I didn't expect you guys to try and fight giant wolves.
You obviously don't know us.
Listen, we're along for the ride. I just know there's a lot of trees and bushes and brush to hide if things go sour. So, I'm good.
Yeah, Noodle's seeking cover.
You can make me a stealth check.
Oh, Noodle, okay.
I mean, whoever's trying to hide can make me a stealth check.
Come at me.
I'm unslinging my halberd and just waiting for them. Assume Cassidy's right next to me.
So this map isn't quite indicative of the actual layout. It's a lot more thickly covered in trees and stuff, but we'll just go with this. I have no idea how well this is, but we'll see.
I can make one on paint real fast. You want me to?
All right, drag your tokens. Hold on, I put on the wrong layer.
That's it.
All right.
No. Where are we putting them?
We'll say you guys are like, yeah, right here. Maybe down here.
I can't click my token.
That's the same problem we had last time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
Oh, great.
Should be good now.
Yes.
What the fuck is that?
I don't know, it's my token now, I guess.
Did you want it to be?
That's fine. Close enough.
Well, we might have to change that at some point, but can you actually move it?
Yeah, I know I can move it.
All right.
Can you turn it?
Let me see if I.
Oddly creeped out here.
What is that?
It's old Greg.
Oh, I knew I recognized it. God damn it.
Do you know what that's from, Andrew?
No.
All right, I'll send you a link.
Baileys. So if that's what Krob actually looks like, I'm going to keep my distance from him.
Yes.
Yeah, Krob is supposed to be weird and awkward.
Oh,
Noodle would like to get his back against the tree or a log or some kind of protection along his back. I assume there's some kind of cover lying around.
I assume it's more wooded than this map indicates.
Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, so you can do that. The path is off to your left, obviously there. I wish this was a little bit bigger of a map, but
You can just put us on a white background. We have imaginations.
honestly, I probably could have. I thought about doing that. So the howling seems like it's coming from deeper in the woods. It is getting closer to you, but in the immediate presence through the mist, you see leaping a pack of direwolves that were not howling.
Talk about.
As they silently leap through the mist, snarling at you. They appear to be. There's supposed to be one more.
These things are fucking massive. No, what
They are massive. These are huge beasts. Large creatures, 4 times the size of a normal wolf. Massive fangs and teeth, giant claws. And they, after they leap through the mist, they kind of creep towards you, snarling. And we will roll in the initiative. Well, while they're actually approaching, you still do hear howling off in the distance as well. I'm going to roll them all in for 1 turn as a pack. Hold on, I forgot to put the thing up. You gotta do it again. Noodle.
I'll change it to the first roll though.
Yeah. Who made a stealth roll? Noodle and Ziggy. Okay.
Mine was not added in. I don't know how to do it.
Just re-roll it, click on your token, and you can change it on the actual screen.
I did click it the first time though, so that's weird.
Just do it again. So it was originally 11?
I'll keep the 13.
No, you won't.
It's angled Greg.
All right. Ziggy is the first to act, stealth.
Why am I always the first to act? All right. What is this freaking map, dude? Holy balls! I can't even get to him. Well, I can. Oh wait, but there's like brush here.
You can go through that. We'll just say it's thick woods.
All right. I'm going to move right here. That was 30. I'm going to stab this guy. Attempt to stab this guy.
Go ahead. That hits.
Hell yeah, it does.
Does he get a stealth attack?
Let me make a perception check. Let's see, perception. Yeah, he gets a stealth attack.
Hell yeah. Eat my shit.
For 20 damage?
Yeah. Yeah. And then I'm going to I'm gonna hit him with my offhand as well.
Alright.
Or try. Yeah, damn right I am.
Yeah, that hits. for their 15, so 35 damage. Yeah, you slice and dice this direwolf, kind of dancing around him as he lashes out with his paws. And you gut him like the animal he is, but he is still barely alive with blood frothing from his mouth.
Okay, I'm going to stealth back away, run away, hide. Can I do that?
You can do that.
I thought hiding was an action.
Well, you can't hide. Yeah, it is an action.
I'm just
but
going to
you can
move
run
away. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait. How much
Do you have any
to get
movement
there?
left, though?
Yeah, I have like 5, so I can just like do this.
Take a step back.
Is there a tree there?
He totally can't see you. Good job.
Nice. Appreciate it. You can't get
Next
in
up
here.
is the pack of direwolves.
Why are they next?
So, the 3 closest to Ziggy are going to surround him. Well, not even quite surround. They're kind of like still giving you that avenue to the left. The other 3 are going to just kind of move up and face the rest of the party and continue snarling at you. But they are not making any moves to attack. The one that was attacked will strike at Ziggy.
Can try.
Looks like they will try to bite you. Does a 13 hit?
That's my armor class, right?
Yep.
No, it's
Why does it have advantage?
Because they're a pack.
he misses.
How do I make it so the damage roll doesn't show right away?
There's a checkbox that they always roll damage on the character sheet, something like that.
I'd have to change it for every single one. We're not going to bother. Alright, then the next one attacks. 22 hits for 11 piercing. You must make a strength saving throw or be knocked down.
Oh, sorry, my bad. I muted. I just clicked strength, right?
Yes.
Of the saving
well,
throw.
yeah. You are knocked prone.
Fuck me. Oh, and I lose 11 health, right?
Yep.
Oh, boys. This might hurt. Oh, let's see.
And what is... I always forget what does prone do for melee attack.
Advantage.
Oh, they already have advantage. That's boring. But the other one will attempt to bite Ziggy as well.
Oh, I'm still doing my math here.
You got crit for 19 damage.
What? Okay, total damage here?
19 plus 11 is 30.
I'm at 1.
And after they bite at you, tear your flesh like you did to the one that was injured, they will back up a step and continue snarling in all of your directions. Next up is Krob.
Wow. So, just to recap what happened, they attacked him as a pack and then backed up a little bit, but he's still alive? Or is he...
He is alive with 1 health, he said.
Go.
Yeah, got 1 off.
Yeah. I'm going to...
You are faced with this wall of snarling flesh in front of you.
Yeah, I see that.
You might know these creatures better than us. If we retreated, would they try and attack us?
Off a little bit, but at the same time, I don't know. Wolves were never really my thing.
Which is ironic because they're probably the most populated species in these woods.
Sir, I study the stars. Okay. Suppose we could see if they want to back off. What they want to do. I'll cast bite growth. Kind of 20-foot radius, so like
Right. You can go ahead and just make a figure for it.
yeah, I'm trying to get my drawing.
My favorite spell.
That is the diameter I got on.
How do I delete a thing once I drew it?
Switch to pointer, then hit delete when you click on it. Just make it up by arrow, then you can move it.
Yeah. Close enough.
Yeah.
Something like, yeah, right there.
All right.
And then I will take a couple steps back.
Yeah, as you step back, the direwolf that was right here,
Mm-hmm.
that one was staring at you as it snarled.
Okay.
But as you step back, it turns its gaze towards Cassidy, seemingly ignoring you.
All right, that's my turn.
Balinor the Bold is next. How bold are you feeling, Balinor?
I mean, I can stare down hellhounds without flinching, so. But the howling behind us or off in the distance concerns me. I feel like we could get surrounded, so I think we should retreat and regroup. See if I have anything defensive I can use. This might not help, but I will cast Shield of Faith on Ziggy, seeing that he was just weakened.
Alrighty. You see a glowing aura kind of appear around Ziggy's body as you clutch your holy symbol and whisper your prayer. What you do notice, though, is that this holy aura, what normally glows, a soft, radiant light, it is dimmed a little bit. There are streaks of red kind of flowing through the color.
It's a little concerning. I'm going to say an extra prayer to my god. Might not help, but I'll do it anyways.
Yep. What is your god again? Just curious.
Helm.
That's right, Hell, the god of protection, right?
Yeah. I'm going to call to Ziggy. I'm going to say it's best if we retreat.
Ziggy's going to cough, and in pain, and
Cough up some blood.
Yeah, spit up a little bit, and say, "I fully agree. Fully agree. I'm out of here."
Is this the first time you've ever been hit?
Yes.
He didn't know what it felt like.
I'm going to also say to Cassidy, I think we should fight our battle another day.
I'm with you, Captain.
Protect our friends. And, like I said, the howling in the distance concerns me. So I am also going to take a few steps back.
Yep, and you'll notice the same effect that Krob had. One of the direwolves who was making eye contact with you, kind of creeping forward, turns his attention towards Cassidy as you move back to the path.
And I will end my turn.
Noodle's up next.
Actually, with my action, I'm going to take a dodge, just in case.
All right.
Noodle was stealthed, maybe? I don't know.
They had a shit perception check, so you are still stealth.
Okay, so Noodle's like hiding. He's like in a big, kind of behind a big bush with his back against a tree, and he casts Minor Illusion. Which direction is the howling coming from?
Further behind these wolves.
So Noodle casts Minor Illusion, and if you can imagine, it'll be just not where the other howling's coming from, but as like to the right of it, maybe behind these wolves. You know what? He's not going to do that. Actually, that has a really short range. I didn't know that. Never mind, he's not going to do that. Noodle's going to retreat. And dodge.
All right. Next up is Cassidy.
Is there still one like super injured one?
The one above Ziggy to the north was the one that he cut up.
All right. Spike growth and this. I don't know exactly what's going to happen here, but I will follow Balinor's command. I will move back and I will hold my sword up and ready an attack for if anybody gets close to me, and I'll shout to Ziggy to get out of there. And end my turn.
Yeah, the ones closest to Ziggy shift their gaze towards him, snarling, while the others kind of just face your party. Then it is Ziggy's turn.
All right. So, going to use this bag of ball bearings and throw it on the ground next to me. Okay, or right in front of me where the wolves are, like between me and the wolves, right?
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I'm running. I'm out. So
you just dump 1,000 ball bearings on the ground and then take off.
I'm out.
So you use half your movement to stand up, though, just so you know.
All right. So 1, 2, 15 or 20. What's half of 20? 35.
I don't know if you're up or down. We'll say
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's that?
Good enough.
All right, cool. Can I fucking run again? Can I?
Yeah, you can use your bonus action to.
Goddamn
dash.
right, I'm out, boys.
So you dash double speed down the road.
Yep, I'm out. As much as I can, because I'm hurting in pain the entire time and spitting up blood. You know.
Yeah, so you're a good at this point 60 feet ahead of the rest of the party down the road. Then.
And I'm yelling back. I'm just like, run! You know.
So then it is the direwolf's turn. The one who got slashed kind of licks at its wound for a second, and the direwolves, still kind of glaring at you, slowly slink back into the mist.
Yeah, I'm gonna lick my wound as it runs away too. You know.
And as they get a short distance away, they kind of fade into the fog, and you hear the sounds of howling from where they presumably are really close, and it's an ear-piercing sound. But it does not get closer, and unless you guys are going to drastically change something, we are out of combat. Alrighty.
How much else was that wolf at?
I'm not telling you.
Well, we're out of combat right now, so I'm not going back after it.
Not yet.
Damn. Okay.
Then the hallway just gets further and further distant the longer you guys sit here and stare into the woods.
Nothing we can do about it. Let's just follow the road.
Yeah, let's get the fuck out of here.
I love how it goes from, we should take care of this wolf menace to, well, nothing we can do about it. Let's go, guys.
I will always try to help if I can, but I know how to fight my battles too.
I'm not gonna lie. If we kept fighting, I was out. I'm gonna look at the rest of the group as they catch up and just kind of say, "We had them. They ran."
Just like we drew it up, boys. All right. You guys just going to continue down the road then?
Noodle looks at Ziggy and he's like, do you need a rest to heal your wounds?
I'm going to look back at Noodle and say it would be nice, but I really don't feel like resting on this road next to these woods.
You're
So
definitely
let's
banned
find a
from
house.
YouTube now.
I'm sorry, what'd you say? Balinor?
You're definitely gonna get banned from YouTube now with this picture on the screen.
Oh.
Fuck it.
All right. You guys going to try and take a short rest then, or?
I don't think it's safe, but if they do, then maybe.
We need some sort of shelter. I don't want to
Yeah.
just stay on the road. Even though short rests are like, what, 30 minutes?
Yeah.
I guess we could try and keep watch for 30 minutes as Ziggy cleans his wounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that. You can snack on what's left of perhaps the fruit and cheese. You guys keep watch. There, maybe hear a howling occasionally off in the distance, but there is no sign of anything else. And you may get your long rest in, or short rest, sorry.
You know how to roll hit dice, right?
Yeah, just hit dice right. But I wasn't sure if that was like how to do a long rest or a short rest.
You can spend as many as you want, but you gain one back on a short rest after the short rest, right?
Yeah, a long rest is just a full heal. Get all your hit dice back.
Okay, so boy.
Oh wow.
Oh my gosh. Well, I got 4 of them, so let's hope I don't need them again. I can roll as many as I want, right? How many is that?
As many as you have, yes.
I mean, that's what I meant. As many as I have. So I have 4. So
And you'll get one back after this rest, too.
all right, F it. We're going full all the way. Well,
Noodle will use Arcane Recovery.
Yep, that's fine. So you guys can take a short rest and continue on afterwards. You guys keep heading down this path. At this point, we're to the mid-afternoon. And you keep following the path, and eventually you notice the trees start to thin a little bit. What was like an impenetrable wall becomes much more sparse. You can't really see off into the distance much. You don't know what's ahead of you. But you can definitely tell that the trees are not quite as thick. And as you keep walking down this muddy path, the mist is still really thick here.
Are they thin from like forestation or just because...
You don't see stumps or anything, so.
Okay. That's what I was wondering.
Yep. You continue down the path, like I said, the muddy ground. You start to notice these tall shapes looming out in the dense fog. You can't quite tell what they are. As you continue down the path, you realize that the wet, muddy path actually gave way to cobblestones. A bit more finely made road. I wouldn't call it finely made, but it's passable. And these cobblestones are obviously damp from the mist and fog. And eventually, as you continue down this path, you start to realize that these tall shapes you were seeing are actually buildings. And before you know it, you are actually in the middle of a village. The windows of a lot of these houses are boarded up. Not all of them, but many of them. And you can try and peer in the windows a little bit as you walk by. You see no signs of light or life. And there is just silence as you walk through the town. The further you get, the more dense the buildings are. You notice they're kind of, old Victorian style. What were probably family homes maybe still are. You can't tell.
You can try and get into the middle of maybe the village itself or a group of houses and use divine sense to see if I can sense anything.
Yeah. You keep going. Eventually come to an intersection, and off one direction, you actually, for the first time, hear some noise. From one direction, you hear what sounds like sobbing, wailing, crying. A single person. But actually, what draws your attention down the other path is the sound of a wheel squeaking. And you see a cart kind of push into the road from the other path. And pushing this cart is this apparently human figure hunched over. It is covered in robes, big shawl. And as it pushes the cart into the road towards you, this figure looks up. She kind of pulls back her cowl a little bit, and it is a wizened old lady. And she gives you a big toothy grin. A lot of the teeth are missing. And she says, "Oh, new adventurers have come to Barovia. I haven't seen your faces before." Come. What are your names?
You can call me Balinor. We are here, I guess, against our will. Not sure how we ended up in this Barovia, you said?
She nods and she says, Yes, we've heard that story before. It is not unknown to us here in Barovia. You found yourself in the village of Barovia, which is part of Barovia as a whole. Come closer, my eyesight isn't quite what it used to be.
The village of Barovia in Barovia, ponders Noodle.
She'll slowly wheel her cart up towards you guys, and as she does, you gain a whiff, a smell of deliciousness actually coming from the cart.
Hello there, kind lady. My name is Bob.
What'd you say your name is?
Bob.
Oh, hi, Bob.
Is that some delicious delights that I smell? Maybe?
She gives you a friendly smile and a little chuckle, and she says, my name is Mordatha. You can call me Granny, though, just like everybody else in the village. I sell these pies. People.
Pies?
Yeah, I was like, does Noodle recognize the smell?
There's a variety of smells. There's, the delicious smell of meat. There's the smell of some fruit.
What pies do you have, Granny?
And she will tell you that she, here. I've got many types of pies for whatever might suit your taste. We've got meat pies, we've got some fruit pies. My favorite is the dates, actually.
I'll take you on a date.
She will laugh at that and be like, "Oh, it would be my pleasure."
Gonna have pie. Lots of pie. I'm a wink.
Noodle's like, my name's Noodle. How much for pies?
She'll look at you and be like, "Oh, aren't you a wee one? We've gotten your kind come through before too, but it's been a while. For you guys, these first pies are free. It's nice to see some friendly new faces."
Noodle happily digs through his component pouch and pulls out this little pie crust he's had for quite a while. Kind of flicks it into the, I assume there's like a gutter with debris of some kind.
And she'll pull out 2 wrapped bundles from her cart. You can smell them as she pulls them out, and she'll tell you, "I'll give you a selection of a couple different. So if you find one you like, you'll know what to order next time."
Does she have any apple?
You're asking her that?
Yes.
She'll put one back and pull out another and say, "Aye, we got some apple."
Oh, I love apple. Thank you, Granny.
Noodle will take some apple, a bit of the apple pie crust.
Yeah, you'd have to peel back the cloth and pull off some of the crust, but you can do that. She'll hand you the 2 pies. She says, "This one's the meat, this is the apple," and she'll point at each.
I'm gonna reach my hands out and grab the apple pie. Yeah.
And she'll say, "Just a word of warning, though. These are dream pies."
I'm sorry, you said dream pies?
She nods and says, "It's the least I could do for the poor people of Barovia. I weave a special bit of my mother's magic into these pies, and they give the sweetest dreams to the villagers."
Noodle's actually gonna look at her questionably and go in the gutter, fish out the old pie crust and put it back in his component pouch.
You can dig through the gutter and find your old pie crust, yes.
Is it
Noodle
fast
doesn't-
acting?
Noodle doesn't like the idea of like magical food or pies.
Gonna ask her about these dream pies. How long do these dreams last?
A good night's sleep, about 8 hours of just deep slumber with, like I said, the sweetest, happiest dreams.
Is there an inn by chance anywhere around that I can have a nice rest with this dream pie?
Oh, she nods and says, "Just down the road that way," and points off in a direction and says, "That's where the Blood on the Vine Tavern is."
Blood and the Vine Tavern. Such a lovely place. Thank you.
She'll nod and say, "I know this village probably seems weird. It usually is to the newcomers. People here are pretty shy. They live a hard life here in Barovia. So don't be offended when they don't take to you immediately. But deep down, they're mostly good people," she says, nodding.
Do you know what that crying is all about? Noodle's like worried about how that sounds.
She kind of gives you a sad face. It says, "I hear a lot about Bad Mary."
Oh, what did you say? Sorry.
Mad Mary. She'll say, shake her head and kind of tut a little bit. "Poor woman. She lost her child recently."
That's very unfortunate. I'm sorry for her. Do you by chance know an Irina? What's I'm gonna kind of scratch my head for the last name.
Indirovich.
That's it. Thank you. Thank you.
She'll just nod and say, "I've heard she's the daughter of the Burgomeister here. Or the old Burgomeister, at least."
Burgermeister. More food? I love it.
I mean, you, of anybody, would probably know what that term is. You can Google it.
I have no idea what the fuck it is.
Wait, daughter or wife? Wife.
I said daughter?
I thought you did.
Yes, because I did.
Oh, it's apparently a mayor.
The letter
Oh.
love of my life.
You don't love your daughter?
Not the love of your life.
Noodle's like, yeah.
What kind of West Virginia shit is this? Can you point us in that direction of the Virgo Master? Yeah.
She'll say, if you go down that road past the tavern, take a right. It should take you to the manor.
Lovely. Quite thank you.
She'll say, I didn't catch the rest of your names. What were they? She says, looking around.
I am called Krob.
She nods and says, it's definitely rare to see one of the forest folk in town, but welcome.
Noodle walks over to Cassidy and kind of like elbows Cassidy. Be polite.
I'm just gonna look at her and be like, his name's Jim. He doesn't talk much.
She'll say, hi, Jim. So what land did you all come from, though? My accent just keeps changing constantly.
Yeah, it's alright. What land did we come from?
Name of the fucking land?
You could say the Sword Coast, I guess, is kind of where you guys were at when this happened.
Sword Coast?
Yeah.
Okay.
The continent's called Faerun.
Alright, hold up. I gotta write that down. What is it called?
The continent's Faerun. It's huge, massive. There are different cities and
Can you spell that?
areas. Faerun with an umlaut over one of those.
Okay, thank you. Cool. Nope, got it. We were in some place called the Sword Coast, and then we magically ended up here. So we're trying to figure that out.
Yeah, and she'll nod and say, Strahd's mist can reach far sometimes.
You said Strahd's mist?
She nods and says, yes, he's the one that brings these adventurers to the land.
Do you know why he brings these adventures to the land?
She'll just shrug and say, sometimes, no, that's not what she says. She says, his goals are unknown to most of us. He just does what he likes.
Is there any adventurers still here?
She'll shake her head and say, it's been a while since we've seen the last.
A nod. I'm going to just kind of look to the group to see if they've got any other questions or thinking that, they're not just staring a hole through her head.
You didn't seem frightened or angry when you mentioned Strahd. What kind of a person is he to you?
She just shrugs and says, like most Barovians, I just try to lay low. He does what he likes, but as long as you don't bother him, he doesn't bother me. I'm sure he has much more interesting things to deal with than a little old lady like me.
He's probably a lot nicer than some dire wolves, that's for sure.
And she says, "Oh, you met Strahd's minions as well."
Sorry, Strahd's minions?
Yeah, it's well known. He controls the wolves of these lands. They do his bidding.
Noted.
Noodle asks, do you have a shop location, or do you just travel around with these pies?
I just usually walk my cart around the village here. Pretty easy to find me if you ever want more. It's a humble living, but it brings people pleasure.
Noodle ask, do you know what the date is?
And at that, I'm going to use the restroom.
Yeah, I gotta go to the restroom too.
Also be right back.
Burgomaster is the mayor of a Dutch, Flemish, German, Austrian, or Swiss town. The more you know.
Playing a game, Quest for Glory 4, and I'm now realizing it was completely ripping off Curse of Strahd, because I remember that name. The name of the town in it was Moldovia, and this is Borovia. There was a vampire. It's all adding up.
Did you beat it? Do we know how to beat it?
In the end, in that game, there was a little girl who was like upset because her parents were something. I forget, but you had to find the kid's teddy bear, and that was the secret to saving the town. Once you made the kid happy, she calmed her parents, and then they stopped like terrorizing the town. And I think maybe one of them got killed, and you got transported to a like hellscape at some point that was made out of tentacles. I don't really remember a whole lot. It's been a long time.
So we just gotta find the teddy bear.
That's right.
All right. I own the teddy bear. You guys have any other questions for Granny?
I mean, I didn't really trust her, but y'all are just taking her pies left and right.
Was it his? Sorry, was it her daughter who was magical?
I don't remember.
Oh,
Makes the magical pies.
Granny said it was like her mother's recipe.
Okay.
Granny Smith.
You would want her apple pies?
Goddamn right. Listen, why do you think I told her my name was Bob?
Is your bobbing for apples?
Hey! Listen, Cassie's name is Jim right now. And he doesn't talk much.
Jim Toss.
Jim Thus. I don't know why it came up with it. Just popped in my head.
I wasn't even paying attention. Why is my name Jim?
Because she was asking your name and you didn't speak up, so I just kind of, said that your name was Jimmy. You didn't talk much.
Oh, sorry. I never even heard that.
Oh,
Yeah, Noodle came over and elbowed you.
yeah, he even elbowed you.
I'm sorry. I was very spaced out.
It's all right. We took care of it.
Thank you.
I think Chris had a shit.
So what did she say about like the crying woman? She's just a mad woman who lost her kid.
She lost her kid, yeah.
Mad Mary.
Mad Mary is her name because she probably cries all day.
Irina, daughter of Burgomeister.
Ooh.
And Noodle wants to know the date.
Sorry about that. I'm back.
Welcome back.
Is everybody else here? I see Will is muted and deafened.
Yeah, I think Will's the only AFK one.
Yeah.
I guess we'll just keep this conversation going. I doubt Will's gonna ask much. So Andrew, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, so you ask her what year is it, what the date is. She'll laugh and say, "Who's keeping track?"
Noodle's like, I am of a scholarly sort. I always like to keep track of dates, and my notes helps keep the thoughts in check. You know, he points to his temple.
She'll laugh like you just told a hilarious joke. And
I
say,
keep the thoughts in check, and I raise my backhand.
at Noodle?
Sure, yeah.
Like I said, she laughs at Noodle like he told a hilarious joke. And says, do you know what time of day it is? And she looks up comically, pantomiming, like, look at the sky, and she looks at you and says, no, neither does anybody.
Well, Noodle's like, well, it's only been like 2 days, give or take. Maybe something's weird with time. Noodle's like thinking, he doesn't tell her these things, but he's thinking of the deed that they found that suddenly aged. It was like the second we stepped out of that manor, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So Noodle's not going to tell her these things, but he's going to remember this. And Noodle's like, maybe I'll come back for a pie one of these days.
She smiles and just says, the people will tell you where I am.
I'm just going to go ahead and say thank you for the pies and the information, and I guess we'll be off to this tavern now. Just gonna point the direction that she pointed.
Yeah. You can head towards the tavern then. And as you get a little bit further in town, walking down the road, her cart turns a corner and she's gone then. And you do actually start to see signs of other humans. You see, a pair of people walk down one side road, another person go into a house. But overall, this place is fairly quiet. And you eventually come across what you think is the tavern. One sec. Yeah, you arrive. You see a sign hanging askew above a doorway with a single shaft of light coming out. You're in what you assume is the main square. The door is, kind of just slightly ajar. The sign above it reads Blood on the Vine Tavern. But you can see over the N on the sign, it's been scratched. And there is an F scratched into it. So it says Blood. N scratched over the F, Blood of the Vine. So it's Blood on the Vine Tavern is what got scratched into it.
F to pay respects.
It's a pretty shoddy tavern. Looking at it, you can tell it was once very finely appointed. Clearly has seen the test of time over the years here.
Does it look like the beds have dust mites?
You'd have to actually go in the building to see.
Yeah. Is there a door?
Yeah, that's where the light's coming from.
Oh, yeah. Noodle's gonna go ahead and open the door and, walk in.
I'll be right behind him.
Yeah, you guys can start heading into the tavern with Noodle leading the way. And as your party walks in, you turn a few heads. There's not a lot of people in the tavern. You kind of look around, you see there's a barkeep behind the bar. You see one table with a pretty handsome-looking guy, probably in his, late 20s, kind of just peering into his wine glass quietly. You see one table that has 3 very brightly dressed women.
Are they hot?
They are mildly attractive.
Mildly attractive.
They're not 10, but they clearly put a lot of effort into their appearance. They are sitting at a table. They got big golden hoop earrings. They got rings on every finger. They're wearing bright colors, green, pink. You kind of recognize this style from the past. Not like your past, like the brightly dressed shapeshifter and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The dreams. So there's 3 women there. There's a couple other people spread out throughout the tavern. There's a couple sitting at one table, a couple people sitting at the bar. It's a little hushed, but it's not, like the apocalypse or anything. People just seem a little bit more withdrawn in this place.
Is there a bartender or...
What's that?
Is there a bartender or anything?
Yeah, there's a barkeep behind the bar. I said that.
Is there a little boy for Noodle?
There is no little boy. There's a hearth that is burning pretty brightly. It gives off good warmth. Probably the first really warmth you found here in this land. This isn't like the taverns you're used to back in, your land where there's music and joy.
Ziggy's gonna walk over to the table with the women, grab a chair and sit down, real slick and say, "Hello, ladies. What a beautiful day." And just smile. Yeah.
One of them will turn to you, and she'll give you what might appear to be a fake smile back, and say, "What's so beautiful about it?"
I'm like, Ziggy's gonna look at them and say, "I've got 3 reasons. You, and you."
They'll laugh at that. And one will kind of reach out and touch your forearm, and she'll say, "Can I buy you a drink?"
How about I buy you a drink?
She'll laugh and say, "Even better."
Yeah, I'm gonna go, look over at Noodle and be like, and motion, "Hey, give me money."
Noodle's like, "You got your own money."
All right, fine. You just shove him off and be like, "All right." And then I'm gonna raise my hand up at the barkeep and 4 drinks, please. I don't really know what drinks.
And one of them will say, well, she'll call out after you and say, try to think of a random name. Korovich, make it our favorites.
Yeah. The favorites.
And the barkeep, presumably Korovich, will reach underneath the bar and pull out a bottle of wine with a label you would actually recognize as similar to the one you drink.
The one that I drink.
Yes. It's clearly a different make or year or something. The label's different, but you do see the 3 W's on the side. And he pours 4 drinks. And he just sets them on the bar. And goes back to cleaning some glasses.
I'm going to go get the drinks and bring them over to the table. Sit down again.
Yep, and you can sit down, and they are more than happy to share these drinks.
Yeah.
They are flattered. They enjoy. One of them says, "It's about time we got something new and lively going on in this place." And she'll give you a smile.
I'm just going to smile back and be like, "Oh, you guys from here?"
And they'll just laugh and say, "We wound up here."
What a coincidence. Me too.
And then as you're chatting up these ladies, the rest of the party, I assume, is just kind of standing awkwardly in the middle of the room.
That's how I imagine it.
I'm kind of just like scanning the room.
Yeah, I mean, I've told you, I guess, there's not really much going on here. The interior is like the exterior. Clearly was a very nice establishment, but it is definitely more run down than it used to be.
When the Korovich brings out the wine that we recognize, I'm going to go up to the bar. And I'm going to introduce myself and say, where did you find that wine?
He'll look at you and say, "No, I definitely know you're not from around here. There's one place this wine comes from. That's Wizard of Wine Winery."
I presume that's what the W stand for.
Noodle's ears will
You're a
perk
smart one, aren't you?
Noodle's ears will perk up. Did you say wizard?
Aye, Wizard of Wine.
Do they have a tap room location or a?
Yeah, he'll just tell you that the winery's off to the west a ways. I get a shipment once every month or two. They make pretty good stuff, despite being the only supplier we get.
Seems to be a favorite of Strahd, too.
He kind of flinches at that.
I was looking for a
And
reaction.
he said, then he leans in quickly and a harsh whisper said, "Don't say that name."
I'll raise my eyebrows and nod. I would like more information on this character. What do you know of him?
I'm not going to talk about him. Talking about him, saying his name, just brings his attention to you.
Noted.
Noodle laughs. He's like, "Well, we clearly caught his attention already."
And the guy who was sitting, the kind of handsome guy who was sitting alone, clearly heard Noodle speak up on that. And he'll kind of wave over the rest of the party. Wave over your party. I mean, like, after, like, he'll say, "First round's on me, guys. Why don't you take a seat?"
Ziggy's still going to be at the table with the women.
Oh, yeah, you're chatting them up. That's fine. They're enjoying the attention, yes. I assume the rest of you guys join this man.
Yeah, I will. I'll pull up a chair.
And he'll take a sip of wine and reach out to shake your all your hands and says, I'm Ismark. Nice to meet you.
Ismar?
Ismark.
Ismark, okay. Nice to meet you. I am called Balinor.
He'll nod. I assume everyone just gives their introductions.
Yeah.
Are we sure Cassidy's still even alive?
I'm here.
His name is Jim now.
Sorry, Jim.
Jim Thoss.
And he'll say, yeah, Ismark, how do you say his names? Kolyanovich.
Wait, what?
Close enough.
His name was, actually, I nailed it. Ismark Kolyanovich.
Oh, that's his last.
I feel like Tana could say it better, but you know.
Yeah. That's not Russian, but yeah, you probably still could.
Close enough.
One sec. Let me see something. I am on the wrong tab for what I was looking for. One sec.
What was the wine called? Wizard what winery?
Wizards of the Wine Winery.
That's redundant.
No, it's not. It's a winery called Wizards of Wine.
You will notice that Kolyanovich is similar to the name of Irina Kolyana.
But you said that wasn't her name.
Yeah, no, instead it is her name. I forgot how naming conventions worked here.
So it actually is her name?
Yeah, Kolyana.
Okay.
So did we notice that?
Yeah, you would have noticed that Kolyanovich sounds similar to Kolyana.
Okay. After the introductions and he says that, his name.
But hold on, before you get on to anything else, he says, yeah, these villagers, they're pretty superstitious when it comes to Strahd.
I raise my eyebrows at him and say, I thought we weren't supposed to say that name.
He'll just chuckle and say, whether or not you say his name, his attention will be on you if he wants it. They just refer to him as the devil around here, but I'm not afraid of his name.
Noodle kind of nods. He's like, he doesn't say this, but he's thinking of the fruit basket and how Strahd clearly wanted us to go there and kind of made it happen.
And he'll he'll kind of eye you guys up and says, I take it you guys just appeared in the mist, huh?
It appears so. One minute we were in our country, the next minute we wind up here.
He just nods and says, that's why the first round's on me, you poor bastards. But, and he leans forward a little bit, you do seem to be capable adventurers.
I've fought off an evil or two in my time, yes.
He slowly nods and has a thoughtful look. And he kind of nods towards Ziggy. Says, Buddy seems like quite a character.
He's a new guy.
Tell him to best watch his back. Everyone knows the Vistani are spies.
The Vistani?
Yeah, that's their people. A lot of them spies for Strahd.
It's the name of a group, or is that the name of the women?
The Vistani, they're peoples. And he'll explain that kind of a nomadic people that travel around in wagons and caravans.
Like gypsies?
Yes. He'll mention too that there's 2 permanent settlements for them. One just to the south from here, and one over by Valakai.
Oh, ears perk up at Valakai. A little off topic, but what do you know of the Durst Windmill? What was it, west of Valakai?
He just shrugs and says, "Never heard of it."
Nod in my head.
Is there a map that you know of the region?
He'll tell you. I can maybe draw you something up later.
Noodle's like, yeah, that'd be awesome.
Kind of back on topic. You know how we arrived there.
Also, the windmill is east of Valakai. I don't know if that's actually what it said, but that's where it is.
Okay, yeah, I couldn't remember which direction it was. It was near some mountains or whatever. That's all I kind of knew.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, I was saying, you know how we got here by the mist. Do you know how we can return to our own land? I assume not if you know of our fate.
He shrugs and says, "I've never seen it happen, but word is, well, more than just a word. I think we know that Stonky could travel the mist. Some deal they have with Strahd."
What can travel the mist?
The Vistani.
Oh, okay. Can you spell that for me?
Vistani.
My God, I spelled that horribly.
And at this point, he kind of just like cuts off the conversation, and he'll say, "Look, I'm in need of help, and you guys seem like a nice bunch. Would you be willing to listen to my offer?"
I'll ask him, does it have anything to do with Irina?
And his eyes go wide and says, "How do you know that name?"
I'll pull out, or I assume Noodle might have the letter, and have him hand it over.
All right, and he'll read over the letter and sadly shake his head and say, "My dad, fool to his last breath." And I'll say, "Yes, this is about Irina."
Are you her brother?
He nods and say, "Yes, I am. I care for her deeply. She is an innocent sort, but her and my whole family has been afflicted by Strahd. He won't leave us alone. He sends his minions out every night to our house, scrape at the door and windows trying to get a hold of her. I don't know what this obsession with my sister is, but she's not safe here. My father, the Burgermeister, he just died a couple nights ago. His heart finally gave out from all the stress. We need to get her out of here to safety."
Is that why your mom, Mary, is so upset?
He looks confused and says, "What are you talking about?"
Never mind. I'm like, my notes are a mess, I'm sorry.
Swing and a miss.
He shoots, he doesn't score.
Airball.
I'm gonna ask him, where do you think we could take her to be safe from this he who shall not be named?
He just kind of sighs and says, "I don't know if any place is safe, but Valakai is probably the best first bet."
What can you tell us of this Valakai? Is it a city, a town?
Yeah, the town of Valakai, it's probably the biggest settlement we got here in Barovia.
And
It's got the closest thing we got to standing militia here. They actually have walls and try to keep out the evil.
the evil of S.
He'll chuckle and say, "I, the devil."
Interesting. How do you propose you help Irina? Swear away, fight off
yeah.
the evil?
Yeah, if you adventurers are willing to take her with you, I'll happily pay what little gold I have for her safe passage. My father, he had a little bit of a treasure store saved up, but it's not much.
This note says she languishes from a wound. What is that about?
My dad, he likes to be flowery with his language. The wound is nothing but Strahd's attention.
Oh, I totally misread this letter too. I thought Colleen was her lover, but it's the father. I see.
So are you willing to help?
I am usually compelled to help those in need, especially to protect them from evil. You seem like a ally in this dark land. I think we might be able to help you. I'll have to confront or discuss it with my party, though.
You see relief just like flood over his face. And you didn't realize he's holding a lot of tension that sort of just like dissipates a bit as he leans back and takes another sip of wine and says, "Thank you so much."
I will discuss this with them, and we will give you an answer as soon as possible.
Is there a place to stay in town where we might rest?
We're in the inn.
Yeah, I assume they did.
He'll also say it would also be an honor to let you stay at our manor too, if you would like.
It was like, see, free housing, overpaid housing.
I'm not going to say this out loud, but yeah, of course he wants to stay at the manor that's fucking getting attacked every night.
Is there like a shop around town or anything of that nature where we might procure some supplies?
He nods and says, "Old Bill Draft's Mercantile. It's probably the only shop in town. Probably what you're looking for."
And the Noodle also asks, what do you know of Mordatha's magical pies? And he'll do quotes around magical.
He'll kind of chuckle a little bit and say, "Old Granny's pies. I would suggest be careful with those, but there's no harm in trying them once. It does bring some happiness to people in town, but I don't know. I hate to think my people need something like that to make life worth living."
Something like what? Are they drugged? Or are they
The escapism of the dreams.
Since Noodle brought it up, what do you know of this Mad Mary, as she's called?
And he'll just kind of give you a sad look and says, "Her daughter. She went missing a couple weeks back. She's probably with Strahd now. Who knows? There's a lot of his darkness on this land." He shrugs and says, "I don't know what to tell you about Gertrude and Mary. Gertrude being her daughter." And then, as you guys are sitting here, Lancelot will actually kind of get her to the table, and he looks down, and he'll actually say, "Oh, Lancelot, is that you?" And I'll reach out and scratch the dog's ears.
You know of this dog?
Yes, it was Gertrude's.
We found him in the old Durst Manor down the road.
He'll scratch behind the ears and say, "Lancelot, he was inseparable from Gertrude. That's probably not a good sign."
She's meatwad.
Do it, Andrew.
do what?
Meatwad impression.
Do what now?
Um,
I
and-
literally can't think of anything else Meatwad says.
Yeah, it's been a while. But yeah, and he'll just say, yeah, I don't think there's any helping Mad Mary.
Maybe we'll pay her a visit, see if we can help her too. I'll reiterate, we might take up your offer of staying at your manor. See how the inn is here, and again, I'll discuss this with my party. I glance over at Ziggy and just fucking kind of shake my head at him.
Yeah, at this point, as you glance over, Ziggy's probably a few drinks deep. I would assume, Ziggy?
Hell yeah.
And
A couple rounds.
you're probably loving the attention you're getting from these three women. And eventually one of them asks you, music! Do you know how to play any music?
Do I know how to play any music? I pull out my
Okay.
maracas and
No.
I start to play.
No.
Make me a performance check.
Oh.
Oof.
Okay.
Yeah, you're drunk maracking. And so you're just kind of rattling around, your limbs flailing. And the one who asked for music kind of like cringes and says, "Never mind!"
Catch me when I don't have this drinks in me.
And the patrons all over the bar start covering their ears and be like, "This can't be what the Outsiders' music sounds like, can it?"
No, much better. This is great. What do you mean?
And eventually, one of the women, you've probably gotten their names by now. They are, I would assume at least, their names are Alenka, Mirabelle, and Sorvia. The younger of the bunch, Sorvia, leans in to kiss you. And as she pecks your lips, she reaches out and slowly pulls the maracas from your grasp.
Yeah, I'm preoccupied. I'm not going to realize that she took my maracas.
Yeah, then she leans back and sets them on the table and sits back down and says, "Much better."
Nice. Probably grinning from ear to ear, brother.
So I'm gonna stride over to that table and I'm gonna like lift Ziggy out of the chair by his scruff and say, group meeting, urgent.
And I'm going to like stumble my feet and reach down, see my maracas, grab them real fast, and be dragged off.
And one of them will be like, "Ziggy, where are you going?"
Oh, I'll be right back, ladies. Oh, 1 minute.
And then one of them, in kind of a harsh tone, says, "I guess he prefers Ismark the Lesser over us. He's one of those kind of men."
Do I hear that?
Oh yeah, she says it loud enough for the whole bar to hear.
Oh, I'll just be like, no, ladies, I'll be right back. My friends need me. I'm their group leader.
Shake my head as I drag him away. So I'll relay all this information to Ziggy. Then I shall ask the party, what do you guys think? Should we help?
And I'm
Yes,
going to
Mark.
perk up when you said sister.
I vote we look through the whole town first, see what's going on with the rest of the town.
It's like nightfall at this
I agree.
point.
Yeah, I'm trying to get sleep. Remember, I just got my ass whooped by some direwolves.
If it's like getting nighttime, then we should maybe think about taking up his offer to stay at the manor. It might be a decent base of operations in this unknown land.
And Ziggy is definitely going to agree and jump right at the fact of staying at the manor. Not for any reason that there's a female there. Not at all.
Oh God, his poor sister.
Just to get the maracas.
She has enough tormentors. You leave her alone.
I'm just gonna, make her feel comfort her, And I whip my hair.
back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys leave the tavern then?
If that's okay with the rest of the party, we will ask Ismark to escort us to his manor.
Noodle's a little apprehensive about the manor, but he'll take it over the inn.
After hearing like the ladies say that about him, I don't like them, so yeah, I feel like I'd rather stay somewhere that might be a little more safer.
One of them will call out as you guys head to the door. Ziggy, where are you going?
Trouble down the road. I'll be back.
And she'll give out a nasty laugh and say, "Oh, I've heard about their trouble. That Irina, she'll be Strahd's whore any minute now."
Oh. All right. Hey, to the house.
And Ismark left the way out the inn, so he didn't quite hear what they said. But he just kind of shakes his head and says, "Those Vistani sisters, they're so nasty. I wish we had just anyone better to own this inn."
They own that inn, not Korovich, or is he part of them?
He's just their employee. Those Vistani in there, they're not like the ones I know. They don't seem to travel like the rest of their folk.
I think we made the right decision in not staying there then.
At this point in time, so he's kind of upset. A little bit upset, that we just left. But, at the same time, it's hopeful.
Give him a little smack on the head and say, "You better sober up."
Alright, and he leads you through town. At this point, I can probably even take you to a town map.
When I get Granny Pie in me, it's going to be sobering up.
And so his manor is to the south here. You were at the inn, which was in the town square here. You came in from the west, obviously. So he leads you down south, and you actually pass Bildrith's Mercantile. You see the sign hanging there. And he takes you to the edge of town down there to the manor. And let me go to the page to describe the manor.
It's one way south. That's the manor.
Yep. And so as you approach, you see a weary-looking mansion that squats behind a rusting iron fence. The iron gates themselves on the fence are twisted and torn, as if by some superhuman strength. The right gate is cast aside, while the left kind of swings lazily in the wind. I could hear the stuttering squeal and clang of the gate as it repeats its mindless waving. Against the walls, you see that there are vines growing on the manor. There's weeds choking the grounds. There's a path that's been kind of marked around the house almost from things trampling on it. You see heavy claw markings that have stripped the once nice finish on the outside. You see the occasional big black marks that tell the signs of a fire that had been set next to the mansion. All the windows themselves at this point are barred up with planks. With scratches and scorches on them. There's no glass anymore.
So I see this. I'm going to ask Ismark, how have they not gotten in yet? Seems like they can do some damage.
He'll tell you, well, it's simple. He'll look at you Says, don't you know anything about vampires?
I believe we've encountered one in our adventures.
At that point, Ziggy's gonna perk up and be like, "Spider." I remember this whole reason.
He'll tell you that in order to enter a dwelling, a vampire needs permission or needs an invitation in.
Yeah, I read that in a book once.
Did you just learn how to read like today?
No, I am a bounty hunter. I had to read how to get these people. May not read very good, but I got it.
And he'll lead you to the front door, which has a heavy chain locking it. He pulls out a key and opens the lock on it and pulls the chain out. And then he pounds on the door and says, Irina, it's me. And not too long later, you wait 30 seconds, you hear the rasping of a board being pulled out of its position on the other side of the door. And it swings open inward. And you see in kind of the shadows of this house a quite beautiful, striking young woman.
Oh, yeah. Oh, why, hello there. Ziggy Queso at your service.
She has kind of darker black hair, but if you look closely, you see at its roots, it's more of an auburn red, slowly coming out. She clearly has dyed her hair. And she'll just kind of like, you see she actually also has a long sword, or maybe has a short sword, strapped to her hip. And she'll kind of look at all of you and be like, I'm glad you're home, Ismark, and step back. He'll lead you into the mansion.
Did he shut the door, I assume, and locked it behind him?
Oh, yeah. Once everyone's in, he closes the door again, puts the bar back in place. He brings the chain and lock in with him, because obviously you can't put it on the outside.
So after he does that, Noodle goes up to him and he's like, okay, I wanted to make sure we were safe from these vampires. What else do you know about vampires? And Noodle is going to pull out some parchment to take notes. And he writes down locked doors and windows.
Okay. One sec. So as you guys walk in, the interior of the mansion, it's well furnished. And this clearly once was like a pretty like wealthy establishment. Maybe as nice as that mansion you came across originally at the Death House. But these days, all the fixtures show signs of great wear. Especially, the windows with all the boarded up boards. You notice that all of these boards in the windows contain holy symbols scratched into them. And you notice actually kind of off the entryway as you guys walk in, you kind of look through a door to your left and there's a drawing room there. And lying in front of a desk is a simple wooden coffin surrounded by wilting flowers. And there's a faint odor of decay.
I assume it's her father, and I give my condolences for his loss.
He just sadly nods as he continues leading you forward through the hallway. And Irina, hearing this, just you see her shed a single tear, and she says, "He was such a good man."
And seeing that, Ziggy's going to perk up, put his arm around Irina, and say, "It's all right. It'll be okay."
I'm going to
seen
push
worse.
Ziggy away.
So Ziggy puts his arm around Balinor.
Fuck it. Let's go with it.
Fucking push him away.
Yeah, you guys can. He leads you to like kind of a dining room where you all sit around a table. Irina will actually go and pull out a bottle of wine and pour some drinks in small glasses for everyone.
Is there 3 letters on that wine bottle?
There are 3 letters on that wine bottle.
Interesting. It all adds up.
ASS.
At this point, I'm just eating pie. Fuck it.
Fucking dream pie.
Yeah, damn right I am.
So he passes out on the floor in the middle of the
Now we're gonna
host's
fucking
dining room.
fight these vampires that you want to
Listen,
fucking
hey,
kill.
first of all, you pushed me away, okay? I was just trying to comfort her, keep her safe. And that's, you know what? I'm just going to eat pie, comfort pie, okay?
I'm gonna draw a fucking penis on your face.
As you pull out the pies, Irina, actually no, it'll probably be Ismark will say, if you need some food, we've got some. If you're going to try those pies, you should probably wait till you're in bed.
Do you have extra beds?
He nods and says, we have some guest rooms. We could make something up for you.
Lovely.
And Ismark will turn to Irina once everyone's situated and introduce you all to her, telling all your names to her. And he says, these men, they've agreed to escort you to safety. And she doesn't react too much to it. She just kind of like nods, resigned is kind of how she looks. And she'll look at you all and kind of like size you up a little bit. And she says, but I'm not leaving before we bury Dad.
I nod respectfully. I said that we can probably arrange that in the morning.
Yeah, Ismark will say, if you guys are willing to help, it'd be much appreciated. I think you should leave immediately, though. I don't think you should wait for Father to be buried. And Irina will get the stubborn look on her face and say, I will not leave without seeing Dad buried at Ismark.
Sorry, just curious. Is Irina younger than Bismarck?
Yes.
Okay.
She's probably like in her late teens, early 20s.
Okay.
Too old for Noodle.
Get right, Noodle.
And she will, and Ismark's sighs, just resigned and shakes his head. And you could tell he's had conversations like this before with her.
I'll ask him, you think we should leave immediately, but what if it's getting nightfall? What if the evils come?
He just shrugs and says, well, if he comes, Irina won't be here.
I'm just going to say, hey, hold up. Why don't we respect your wishes and bury your dad?
Yeah, that's what you guys are doing.
Oh, I thought we were going to wait until the morning.
Yeah,
Right.
I'd wait until the morning, bury the dad, and then leave.
And then he said we should leave immediately.
Well, yeah, he wants her gone from the dangers here.
Right. That's what I was just saying. He's backing her up.
Yeah, like she's arguing Irina. He is arguing with Irina, and she's winning.
Nice.
She'll kind of tell you about the horrors, night after night, the attacks, the assaults on this mansion, the evils. They obviously board up all the windows and everything. She'll tell you she knows Strahd controls the wolves, that he has servants, human and undead. And
I get angry at the sound of undead.
terrible creatures. They were assaulting every single night relentlessly until Dad died 3 nights ago. And ever since then, the attacks have actually stopped.
You stopped since your father died?
Yes.
It's interesting. With all due respect, why are they after you? Why are you so special? If they're actually after you, considering that the attack stopped.
She'll tell you. One sec, let me read. She'll tell you that she doesn't think she's special, but Strahd, I've encountered him before several times. I don't really remember those encounters. This is before the attacks. They're hazy to me. It's as if my memory has been clouded from those. But I do remember his eyes and a blazing hunger in them.
Do you know what killed your father?
His heart gave out from the stress.
Was there an autopsy?
What is an autopsy?
Well, it is at least customary for gnomes when they pass away to inspect the body to ensure that they did not pass away of a disease that might kill more of the clan or village.
She says, "You will not desecrate my father's body."
This is not. No, Noodle holds up his hands. He's like, no, this is not a desecration. Merely a visual.
Ismark interrupts you and says, "That's enough of that talk. That's not going to happen."
I didn't ask if it was going to happen. I asked if it did happen.
Moving on. Irina will tell you that her brother's been searching for somebody to help her for a long time. And she'll say, but those cowardly villagers, none of them have the balls. Well, she doesn't say balls. None of them have the guts to help our family after everything we've done for this place.
What exactly have you done? It seems those... God damn it. Vistani sisters didn't take too kindly to you.
Ismark will mention that my father, he was a generous noble. He did what he could for the people here. But those sisters, like many in this town, they don't think I'm fit to lead. They call me Ismark the Lesser to my face, saying I'll never live up to my dad's reputation. And maybe they're right. And he'll take a big gulp of wine. And Rita kind of slaps him and says, not across the face, like on his arm, and says, "You'll be great."
I agree with her. If you love the town as much as you love your sister.
He just nods sadly. Doesn't say anything, takes another sip of wine.
So I don't know if we'll be able to leave right away. I think we may need to stay here a night. We also may need to procure supplies from whatever that place was.
Yeah, he'll nod and say, oh, I don't know when Ziggy said that, but okay. He says, me and Irina will prepare some beds for you. In the morning, we can do what we need to do, lay my father to rest, and then you can be off, Irina, he says sadly, looking at her. And they kind of get up and make some makeshift. They got a couple beds that obviously aren't the best quality, but they also make a makeshift mat or two for a couple of you. And you can bed down for the night, getting a long rest uninterrupted. So everybody may get all their resources back, get all their hit dice, HP, etc. Ziggy. And in the morning, actually, hold on, we probably should wait for Ziggy. Is anyone actually going to eat those meat pies tonight? Or not the meat, well, one's meat, one's fruit. The dream pies.
I'm not. I don't trust that shit. I need to be alert and able to wake up if needed.
Yeah, I'll wait for Zay to get back, but the rest of you, is anyone else going to partake? Hello?
Nope.
No, I will not eat your pie.
Okay. Cassidy?
I'll just order a sausage.
Balinor's got a sausage for you.
Had that before.
Remind me, can I cast a spell as a ritual during a rest?
I mean, you can cast it before bed, yeah.
Or does it have to have a ritual tag?
Well, it has to have a ritual tag in order to cast it as a ritual.
Okay, never mind. I'm not going to do that then.
You could cast it and then just get the spell slot back.
All right, I'm back. Ziggy's 100% gonna eat that pie. The apple.
All right. You go with the apple? All right. Yeah, so you take a slice out of it. It's still, it's got a couple servings left in it. And as you eat it, you feel like a gentle warmth seep through you. And as you lay down, you actually have just amazing dreams. Only you know what makes you most happy, but that is the feeling you get during these dreams.
Good
And
hair
you
there.
sleep a deep sleep for 8 hours, and you wake up. Hold on one sec.
Assume it was a dream of 3 women in a tavern.
What do you mean 4? I've got 4 now. If you stop cock blocking me, Tim.
No, you are not. Get near her.
Just wants her all for yourself, don't you? Do I get my hit die and my health back now?
Yeah, you get everything back on a long rest.
Yeah. So you have wonderful dreams, super realistic. You feel great, but when you wake up in the morning, that feeling slowly fades, and you feel kind of hollow. This world does not live up to those amazing feelings.
Damn.
So you feel a little depressed in the morning here, but you remember just that amazing dream, and that kind of keeps you going for the day.
Gotcha.
So all right. I assume you guys are going to head to the shop then first thing? Tim's AFK, so someone else talk.
I think.
I asked, did they have any information on vampires besides the locked
Oh
door?
yeah, I'd have to actually look and see what they know. I could take a little bit. We'll retcon the information for you. All right, let's see here. They will tell you that they personally don't know a lot. They have heard that vampires don't have reflections. You must invite them for them to enter your dwelling. Invite them in. But for now, that's about it. Just like in your reality, this one even which has vampires as a common thing, there's a lot of rumors about them, but not a lot of concrete facts. Obviously, Strahd himself probably does not want that knowledge to get out into the world.
Yeah, and then lastly, Noodle will, I assume they have multiple bottles of wine in this dining room and a bar of some sorts.
Yep.
And he'll ask, I did not tell you this, but I'm a wizard myself. Are there actual wizards at this winery? Do you know? Or is it merely a vineyard?
Just a vineyard as far as I know.
Interesting.
So you guys can head to the shop then, if you would like. One sec. You go to Bill Drath's Mercantile. This. Yeah, go in. 1 sec, let me read it. So essentially, you see kind of like a glowering man behind the counter. Is frowning constantly. You can tell that is the common state of his face. He's kind of an older man. He's got wrinkles that are just permanently embedded in his expression. And he sees you walk in and says, "What can I do for you?"
Noodle, you need anything?
Noodle will kind of ask the party. He's like, "Are you cave? We try to sell the jewelry we procured in that mansion."
Ziggy's gonna nod. Still feeling the effects of depression after the dream that he's not had. Okay, there was a dream, clearly. Okay.
I'm actually just going to assume that you're hungover.
That too, okay.
That's probably true as well.
That is also the truth.
Yeah, Noodle will approach the man. He's like, "Hello, my name is Noodle. We are adventurers and have gotten some items, and we're curious if your shop was a good space where we could unload them, or if there would be anyone in town interested in goods such as these."
He shrugs and says, "What do you got?"
Noodle will take out the 3... Was it 3 rings? Yeah, 3 golden rings, the jewelry box. There's another golden ring, 4 golden rings. There's a platinum pendant with a topaz in it. Yeah, that's it.
He kind of looks at you and says, "What did you do, rob a Vistani?"
I think you'd approve if we did that, it sounds like.
One less spy is one less spy.
Noodle's gonna take delight that this glowering man is like chuckling at this.
Yeah, he doesn't even smile when he's laughing. Just because his mouth opens up, still like downward pointing, and that rasping laugh comes out. And he'll kind of look him over, I guess. He'll say, "Not much money in this town, I give you. Let me look up what their prices were. Do you remember where you got them all?"
Yeah, there was 3 in the jewelry box, 1 in the basement, and 1 of those chests. The topaz was in the jewelry box.
Didn't we find like an eye patch with like a gem in it or something too?
Yeah, I believe you did.
I did not take that.
I think Ziggy took it.
It'll take me a hot minute to find all this. All right. 3 blind power, 3 spell scrolls, deed to the house, blah blah blah. It wasn't that room. Let's see. I think it was the master bedroom. We found that.
Yeah, master bedroom.
Sorry, I'm having a hard time finding this. Give me a minute.
Did we lose any money when we were transported here?
No. I probably should have taken some. All right, write down these prices so I don't have to look this up again. The jewelry box contained 3 gold rings, 25 gold each. And the thin platinum necklace, the topaz, 750 gold. And where was the other ring from?
The basement where we had the chests that we had to pick or force open.
That's right. Let's see. All right. Contains 3 moss agates, 10 gold each. The eye patch is 50 gold.
I did not write down anything in that box.
What?
Oh, I did.
Okay, you got all that?
Or the agates?
10 gold each. And your crystal orb, if you're wondering, it's 25 gold. If you wanted to give it up. So he'll look over all this, slowly nod his head, and say, give you 20 gold for the lot.
Noodle's gonna like just chuckle, and he'll put the jewelry back in the jewelry box and put it back in his pack. And then he'll add though, like I'm also interested in like maybe buying something depending what you have.
Yeah. Oh, so the jewelry box itself is worth 75 gold.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was finely ornate, trimmed with gold. I think.
I assume the ring in the basement was also 25 gold.
The ring in the basement. Where'd you get that though? It wasn't in the cultist chest. But we'll say it's also 25. Fuck it. Yeah, so this guy, his shop contains everything in like the gear portion of items, you know, like we've used before. Except it's only things that are under 25 gold or 25 gold or less.
So basically everything useless.
Well, depends on your definition of useless.
There's no weapons or armor in here. Or just like daggers and under 25 gold shit.
Here, I will. I know. Oh wait, that's not the right pin. I always have trouble looking up the gear shit. Every time it, whatever I use doesn't come up. Any of you guys got a good source?
Google?
I am using Google. All these are fucking pay-locked. Oh, here we go. So if there's anything on this list you guys would like to buy, how does Crod feel like about being in town right now? Or Crob, sorry.
Little uncomfortable, to be honest. A little on edge.
The shop especially probably is interesting for you. You probably don't even understand the concept of money too well, right?
Not really.
Hungover. I'm not
Is there
really paying
anything?
attention.
Yeah, is there anything that catches Crob's interest as he's perusing the shelves?
Not really. Kind of want to leave.
Understandable. How about you, Noodle?
No, never mind. Noodle would like a magnifying glass, but that shit's expensive.
Yeah, they definitely don't have that here.
Yeah, okay. I misheard. You said under 25 gold
25 gold or less.
from this list. Okay.
Or anything else you think might be cheap and reasonable item that you would pick up at a shop.
Oh, look, here's a wish scroll. No, I'm kidding.
I know.
Does he have any armor for Balinor? Because he's weak.
No, he does not.
I have armor, excuse me. And you're the dude who just took fucking 34 hit points from one
I'm
little.
also the dude who got in there and fought dire wolves and not still lived to tell the tale. Okay,
Yeah, you almost killed one and then almost got killed.
that's right. That's right. You know, if Reymond was here, he'd be healing me.
Yeah, Willie's not.
That's true.
He's still asleep.
No, he texted me back. He said he forgot to mention that he wasn't going to be here.
Gotcha.
So looking through this list, seems like there's some miscellaneous stuff that you guys might want, but maybe a potion of healing if someone wants to buy one.
It's too expensive.
Oh, well, then it's on the list.
Can I
No,
refresh
I
my
said
bale
anything
bearings?
25 gold or
My ball
less.
bearings?
This doesn't have prices.
Oh, the list I linked does.
Scroll down.
Where are we
Oh, yeah,
going?
there's a table
Oh,
lower
there
too.
it is, yeah.
Barbarians,
Oh.
you can buy them. There is a bag of 1,000.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to refresh that bag because I apparently dumped them all on the ground.
Yeah, he'll tell you that's 10 gold.
10 gold, you cheapskate. I'm just gonna flash my sword a little bit and be like, maybe we can go lower.
He'll look at you. Look at the sword.
It's my
Make me an
right finger.
intimidation check.
All right, here we go.
And he'll shout out, Periwinkle.
Oh, fuck, is that buried?
And one sec, let me go back up. Sorry, Periwimple. He calls out.
It's even worse.
Periwimple. And out from the back comes a young boy. He's probably in his mid to late teens. But you see him, and he is pretty rip. His muscles are rippling beneath his leather tunic, tight to his chest. He's got just huge biceps. And he kind of like shuffles in, and he says, "Yes, uncle."
Is he buffer than me?
I don't know.
Because I'm buff as fuck.
Yeah, he's probably like 16 years old or so, but just ripped out of his mind. And he says, "Yes, uncle." And Bill Drath will turn to him and say, "We might have a problem here."
Noodle's gonna walk out of the shop.
Is also going to walk out of the shop.
I'm going to walk between them and say, we do not have a problem. Please excuse my dumb friend. Is that
Periwimple will say, "I'm not dumb.
Oh my god.
I'm just,
Are you calling me dumb?"
No, I am calling.
I don't. His face gets angry. He says, "I don't like when people laugh at me."
Jesus fucking Christ. I mutter under my breath. No, I'm calling my friend here, and I point to Ziggy and like kind of shove him away a little bit. I'm calling him dumb. You seem like a smart, great guy, Periwimple.
I am smart.
I believe you.
Ziggy's just gonna roll his eyes and kind of laugh under his breath.
No. I'm gonna shake my head at you.
Noted. Being all of 5'9", 5'10", Ziggy's going to just not be intimidated, but know that he's in the presence of a giant.
Goldrath turns back to you and says, "It's okay, Periwimple. This man was just about to pay 15 gold for those ball bearings."
The only thing I'm paying 15 gold for is your head.
Oh no, you're gonna pay this man.
Cassidy's got the money. I don't get the money.
Oh my god.
And my other buff friend walks in the room.
I'll give you whatever
Alright.
you need off the priority sheet.
Yeah, it's 15 gold then.
Money well spent, I say dryly.
Anything else you want? The shopkeeper says without a smile.
Do you have a torch?
Yeah, let's buy torches after we had found a box of like 30 of them.
I was just gonna burn the house down.
Says a torch, 5 gold.
Just kidding.
We do not need any torches.
We don't need any torches.
Is there anything else you guys want from this list?
No.
I'm always amazed at the lack of people buying stuff from this list.
Listen, first of all, that guy's a cheapskate. We shouldn't buy a shit from him.
All right. Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Also, like during the night at Ismark's manor, I was going to ask him about when he mentioned vampires. What he knows about them.
I already said that they don't have a reflection, that they need to be invited in to enter a dwelling, but that's about it that he knew.
Didn't know any weaknesses.
Nope.
Maybe we should buy a mirror.
Yeah, I was like, wait, we can buy a mirror here.
That's actually a pretty good idea. We can use it if we need to.
Yeah, he points at a mirror hanging on a wall over there with a steel rim. He says, "Got that one there, 50 gold."
Whoa.
50 gold.
This sheet in my head says it's 5 gold.
It says, "Where else are you going to buy things in Barovia?"
Kill him.
I give you a look that says, yeah, I'm also willing to kill it.
Kill it. this ornery old man. You're like, let's murder him. His prices are unreasonable.
He's being a dick for no reason.
I have no money, so I it's up to you guys.
I don't care.
Perhaps we can trade some of this.
Noodle has an idea, and he walks like up to the mirror, and then he casts a minor illusion.
Okay, so what does that require?
And it's a what do you mean, like the
verbal? Yes. No. The
Verbals.
it's just a sign and a material component.
Okay. You can try and make me sleight of hand check, I guess, for S.
And are you assuming I'm being sneaky?
I mean, are you trying to hide that you're casting something?
No. He's just trying something, Noodle.
Oh, okay, go on.
He doesn't even need to be in the shop. So he casts a minor illusion to look exactly like a mirror, and looks at his reflection in it.
Okay.
He's like, maybe we don't need a physical mirror.
I mean, you look at what you create to be your reflection in it. I don't get.
I think he's asking if he can see his reflection in the illusion.
No, that's absolutely not a thing.
I'm so confused.
Noodle, you don't see anything.
Yeah, you're a vampire.
Well, I'm curious if, well, Noodle thinks the spell would work because when he casts it, he sees a reflection in it.
I mean, you can't create objects, and a mirror is an object. Like, you can create the illusion of a mirror and
Yeah,
a specific image in it.
Yep, that's the object would function like you think the object would function like.
No,
So
that is not a thing. You're not a mind reader when you cast minor illusion.
I'll offer him 25 gold for the mirror.
50.
Nah, okay, let's go.
1 sec. I'm going to close Roll20 for a minute.
No, Ziggy.
No.
You whispered me something.
I think I know what it was, so it's not going to work.
Well, I asked if Noodle was causing a distraction by chance. Like, all eyes would be on him.
No, Noodle's doing this outside because he probably would have seen the mirror in the shop.
All right. Is Periwinkle still in the thing? The
Yeah,
store?
it's there right next to his uncle. He's looking bad still.
he's still dumb, so I mean, I'm not really worried about him. But gotcha. Where's the uncle looking? Right at us.
Right at you. You're the one causing trouble.
Of course I am. All right, I've got no ideas.
Yeah, I think I'll pass on your suggestion. Since you're
Yeah,
kind of the focus
it's too
of
risky.
attention.
Too risky.
So yeah, again, I guess it's up to you guys if you really want to buy it. Since I have no money to contribute, I guess we can maybe trade a piece of jewelry or something.
Hey, do I still have any of that apple pie?
Yes.
I'm gonna pull out the apple pie, walk up to them, and say, "I'm sorry for causing trouble. Take this as my gift and peace treaty."
Make me a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution save.
Yep.
Throws up at their
Shit.
feet.
Okay, so as you walk up with this piece of the apple dream pie,
Oh my god.
you say that, like, take this as a peace offering, but almost as if like you had no control. Before you know it, that piece is actually in your mouth and you're eating it.
Oh God!
And you kind of snap to with crumbs on your mouth, and you're just like looking around wide-eyed, like not really knowing what happened. And at this point, like, the uncle's just like glaring at you, like, what the fuck? And Periwinkle's like, is he making fun of me, uncle? And you actually maybe see a little bit of pity in the old man's eyes.
Am I gonna pass out?
You feel that warmth coming over you, but it is not instantaneous, no. It never was. It's kind of set up like maybe in a little bit you might pass out. But since you're ready for bed last time, it was instantaneous.
Oh no!
I sigh heavily.
Oh no! What is this?
This has been a fiasco.
I'm just
All
gonna
they
turn around
wanted
and walk
to
out.
do was sell some rings and buy a mirror, and you guys fuck everything up.
No,
You guys, I'd say
Yeah.
just one guy.
no, not one guy. Okay, listen, the odds were against us. Okay, this guy was never going to let us buy anything.
I'm gonna
Unless we paid
reiterate.
him
We can
top dollar.
trade him maybe some jewelry for a mirror, or we can just say fuck it. Go on.
Trying to go find a park bench.
He'll say he'll trade the mirror for all the rings and the box.
Oh, I don't think that's worth it.
Hell, fuck the mirror. Let's go.
You guys have to realize that the economy here isn't like what you're used to.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to help it.
That's fine. He shrugs and says, another adventure will eventually.
I guess it's all in Noodle's possession, so it's up to him.
No.
All right. He says, I'll see you guys next time. As he pats Periwinkle on the head and says, good boy. And you guys, I presume, are heading back to the manor?
Is there any other stops anyone wants to make? Could visit this Mad Mary, see if she needs help too.
Listen, I'm going to head back to the manor because this pie might kick in at any moment and we don't know, and that's going to be dangerous. So I'm going to have to sleep it off.
You're going to go lay down for an 8-hour nap?
Yeah, goddamn right. We're not leaving until the pie's out.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to leave tomorrow.
Also, I'm throwing the pie away.
I do vote we talk to Mad Mary.
Unless somebody's going to drag me.
Because like, she has the tie to both Lancelot, who was at the mansion, and
Okay, I'm going
other
to
people.
streamline this story-wise. So you guys head back to the manor first. And you like, I don't know, Ziggy goes lays down or something. And Ismark will ask, like, what's going on? And you guys might say, he ate another pie. And as like you guys are preparing for this funeral procession, he'll tell you the abbey with the graveyards up to the north here. There's a fierce knocking on the door, and Ismark will go, or Irina will go answer it. No, probably Ismark actually. He wouldn't let Irina answer the door when he's there. Ismark will go answer it, and in comes a lady. She kind of like pushes past Ismark. She has a wild look in her eye, tear-stained, puffy eyes, and she says, "Ismark, you gotta help me. You gotta help me find my daughter. Will anybody help?"
Am I awake at this point in time?
I don't know. Like, you could have stayed in this room and waited for it to hit you. Did you actually go lay down?
Yeah, I'm sleeping it off.
Yeah. So you're dead asleep for a while.
Okay, cool.
Good thing he won't hit on her.
I'm not hitting on her. My eyes are set now.
Set on DN. And does Ismark respond to her?
He just shakes his head sadly. Do any of you respond? She kind of turns and looks at everybody, pleading, like frantic, rambling, practically. Like, please,
Sorry.
you have to
What was
help.
the question? What's the
Yeah.
question?
She is pleading for someone to help find her daughter. Little girl.
Where's your daughter? What happened to her?
Wait, are we still at the manor?
Yeah.
Okay. Who is this again?
Mad Mary.
Okay.
And Noodle, when you pipe up, she rushes towards you and like kind of like grabs the front of your tunic as she kneels and she says, "Please, you gotta help Gertruda, my little baby."
Was she? How old was she? What did she look like?
She's just my little baby, she says, crying. And she says, "You gotta find her. You gotta help her."
Noodle's gonna kind of back away, and he's like, "There's nothing we can do unless we have more information."
It's Strahd, I know it was.
What a weak cry.
That was a great cry.
Yeah, I do what I can. Sub to the stream.
So the stream.
And I'll chime in too and say, Noodle's right. Saying it was S doesn't help us. We need locations. We need events.
Mr. S. Anyone get that reference?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Arrested Development?
I was going to say
Never
that
seen
kind
it.
of sounded like Mr. F from Arrested Development.
Yep.
Never seen it.
Oh, you missed out. All right. There's a reason they call her Mad Mary, I guess, is the bottom line here.
So she's just kind of like jabbering and not going to help us.
Ismark will let you know that she's been kind of like secluding this girl in their house for her entire life, trying to keep her safe from the evils of the outside world. She's convinced that Strahd took her daughter. She's actually clutching in her hand a doll
A teddy
that
bear?
belonged to Gertruda. And she's just gibbering, about her sweet little daughter. And Ismark leans in and tells you, yeah, she's like 16 years old.
The daughter or Mary?
Yeah, Gertruda.
Does Mary react to Lancelot at all?
I mean, if she sees the dog, she absolutely will. I don't know if it's in the room or not, but if she does see Lancelot, yeah, she'll go over and like hug it and be like, and just start to talk to it like as a person, like, "Where's Gertruda? Where is she? What did Strahd do with her?" And the dog just kind of whines and tries to like hide behind your guys' legs as this happens.
Interesting. I'll tell her.
Like, it's not like tail tucked, like terrified or anything, but it's kind of like, this is weird.
How long has Noodle turn a...
Sorry, one sec. As she like rushed to the dog, she actually dropped the doll. and you can kind of take a look at it. It's like this weird, like malformed doll of a little girl. It has a strange leer on its face, and it's wearing a sackcloth dress. And Noodle, probably being closest to the ground, he kind of glances at it, and you see stitched into the hem of the sackcloth dress is a frayed tag. And this tag reads, "Is no fun, is no Blinsky."
Wait, what?
Noblinsky.
Can you say that again? Is no fun is. Yeah, there you go.
Posted it in chat in Roll20.
I'm gonna scoop the doll up. I'm not gonna like hide it, but I'm gonna kind of just like hold it to my side to see if she's gonna ask for it back or not.
Yeah, she definitely will. In her rambling, she sees that you have it, and she'll kind of snatch it from her hand and be
I'm
like,
gonna,
"This is my doll. I gave it to Gertruda. I'm waiting to give it back."
I'm gonna tell her we can help find Gertruda. I want this doll though. Perhaps it can help find her, make her feel safe when we do find her.
She kind of clutches it to her chest. It says, "This is all I have left of her."
I understand that, but I think it could actually help us more if you actually want us to find her.
Was it like a name tag or a price tag or?
Just an old, worn, ready doll.
The tag on the doll.
I told you what it says. Is no fun, is no Blinsky.
Can I persuade her to just give me the doll?
Yeah, make a persuasion check. Do it.
What's it?
I mean, make a good argument, so I'll probably give it. Yeah, I was gonna say DC 10. So she'll, with tears still going down her face, she'll reluctantly hand it over and say, "Please find my little girl."
We will try our best. I will kind of ask her again, even though I'm not expecting a straight answer. Is where and when was the last time you saw her last?
She had disappeared a couple of weeks ago. That is common knowledge in this village.
A couple of weeks, and I assume if she's been locked away, the last time she saw her was in the house, not locked away, but
Correct. And if you guys want to go search the house, you don't see any sign of like actual like forced entry or anything.
Okay.
I'll streamline that whole RP. Ismark, or maybe Irina best knew Gertruda among these people, and later on she might tell you that Gertruda obviously was a secluded, sheltered girl. She enjoyed reading what little she could get her hands on. She was exceptionally curious for a commoner. Reading obviously isn't like super common among the population. This is a poor, evil struck village. She enjoyed fanciful stories, which is why she named her dog Lancelot.
Makes sense.
She read that in a story once. And eventually Ismark will intervene and, offer to see Mary back to her house. Will you guys prepare to lay his father to rest? And this might be a good stopping point. I don't know. I can go on if you guys want to.
I have to
wake
go in a little bit, so yeah, we're gonna stop. It's fine.
All right. We will call it here then. GG, everyone.
Anything to say before we end the stream?
I leveled up.
You all lost a level.
I leveled down.
Yeah,
Correct.
we know you did.
Noodle's like, man, what are the gas prices after that shop?
All right. Yeah, you can end the stream. Thanks